Hello, welcome to my channel, The Ascension Guide. I'm your guide, Joe Martin. So today's message from Ariah is kind of cool, and this is something that actually happened to me while I was doing yoga one time. The message came through, and then it came through another time when I was channeling about the same topic. But so I'll go through the first time that it happened to me. I was doing yoga one day, and I was in the middle of a stretch or something, and my foot started to cramp. And, of course, I get out of my pose, whatever I'm doing. I think it was pigeon or something to that effect. And I started rubbing out my foot, and I'm like, oh man, this cramp. And it just kept coming back. And I got this message that told me to focus my intention on it and take it away. And so I started looking at my foot and just really concentrating and thinking about it, and all of a sudden it started to go away. And I just hear this voice like, see? So what the message is about healing ourselves. And obviously getting rid of a foot cramp is just, the tip of the iceberg, whatever, but it's a start. And the message behind it is that it takes an incredible amount of intent and focus to heal things, especially the more injured they are, or more severe the wound is, however you want to say it. But for a foot cramp, for example, for those of you who've done yoga, I'm sure you kind of get into this meditative state in a way. And when I do yoga, I warm myself up. I go through the breathing exercises that I've shown in a different video. I'll link those here for those of you who don't know. But it's to get you in that meditative state, kind of get you into the alpha brainwave state, essentially. When you're in that alpha state, that's when you are more able to connect, with the other side, with your angels, whatever it is. So alpha is the awake state where you're able to connect. Theta is when you're in like the channeling state. So when I go channel, I'm in the theta state. When I'm channeling here without being in that hypnotic state, I'm in the alpha brainwave state. So there's different ways that you can get into that state, but I'll post that video that has one of the ways that Ariah showed me to get into that. And anyway, so when you're in this alpha state, you're able to focus. Then you're able to focus your intent and your energy. So for those of you who are Reiki healers, who have done Reiki or had Reiki healing done before, you understand this to some degree. It's energy, which is all we are, is energy, vibrating at a particular frequency. So what we want to do is get rid of the distortion, essentially, right? So think of a radio station. If you're tuned into 99.9 and the radio station is actually 99.8, you're going to have a little bit of distortion, right? So we want to tune it back to 99.8. And essentially, a lot of our dysfunctions and diseases and other things are a product of us being out of alignment, out of vibratory harmony, essentially. So finding that harmony, which is why doing energy work and focusing your breathing and all these different things that bring your energy and focus your energy and allow it to flow the way it's supposed to. And that's also combined with like chiropractic work, which you don't have to go to a chiropractor if you can do it yourself, which I figured out different ways to do it to myself. But any way where your body should be in total alignment, that way you have maximum flow of your energy from head to toe and further in other directions as well. But you have this torial field that goes around you, and if that energy has to move its way around different blocks and different things that are going on, and these can be blocks, past life traumas, they can be physical injuries that you have now, it can be emotional stress, trauma, all these different things. It could be your back's out of alignment. I mean, there's a lot of different things that are going to make your energy not flow optimally. And when your energy isn't flowing optimally, that's when you're susceptible to disease and whatever else, pain, discomfort, all those different things. So the future of healing is what I just told you about. It's essentially telepathic healing. Now, this is probably somewhat far down the line, but it starts here with the awareness of it and the awareness that you can do it. So what we're going to be working towards is that focused intention of healing, sending that intention, sending that healing energy to whatever needs healed. And so what they've told me is, we talk about people with like ADHD and those different things and how they have a trouble focusing or paying attention, but they said things like these require an immense amount of focus. Okay? So don't think that you're going to stare at your foot for 5 seconds and it's going to stop cramping up. Maybe you get there. I don't know. I don't know how fast this goes, or I don't know what the end limits are. I'm telling you my experience right now and what they've told me. So this requires an immense amount of focus. But it can be done. So, it's time to start small with things like foot cramps or aches and pains or a headache maybe, or different things where we focus and we will it away and we will ourselves to heal ourselves. Because once we understand that we are our own healers, that we don't need outside help to heal, that's when the world's really going to change. Think about how many billions and billions of dollars are made off of people every single year because they think that they need somebody else to heal them. Okay? So people go to these doctors and they pay for these drugs and all these other things, not realizing that they can heal themselves. And this is not an easy thing to do, especially if you don't believe it. If you believe that you need somebody else to heal you, or if you believe you need a chiropractor, if you believe you need a certain type of medicine or whatever else it is, that's going to be true for you. So you have to understand how that works, and you have to understand that it has to be your core belief and understanding that that's how you're going to heal yourself, and understanding that there are ways around this and that you don't need other people in order to heal yourself. So it's a bit of a subconscious belief effort that you have to overcome, and as we talked about before, there's mind belief and then there's core belief, right? So does it resonate with you? Do you truly believe that you could heal yourself? Do you truly feel that deep down in your core when you ask? Do you feel that you could heal yourself? And if the answer is yes, then you're a healer. You can start healing yourself right now. But it takes a lot of focus and intent. So, and then the other part of this message that goes along with it is crystals. So using crystals to aid in this process, to assist in your healing. And, one of the first questions that always gets asked is, where do we put the crystals? How do we know which crystals to put where? How do we know? There's so many different ones, so many different places, blah, 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 blah. Well, crystals are an intuitive type of thing. So if you feel that crystal right there should go on your elbow or wherever is hurting, then that's what should go there, and that's what you should do. If you feel like you just need to hold this other crystal in your left hand and that's going to do it, then do it. It's all about what your intent is and what you feel is the best way to do it. So don't let somebody else tell you that this is how it has to be done, or this is what this is, or this is that. You use your intuition and figure it out yourself. Ask the crystals which one wants to be used. I know some of this sounds crazy, and it did to me too at one point, but it's okay. You'll get past it. And listen for the answers. Ask where it needs to go. Ask your body where it should go. Ask which crystal you should use, and be guided toward it. Listen to the answers. And do what's asked. Because once we start becoming more in tune with our body and being able to ask and listen to the answers and trust, that's when we can really take care of ourselves. And when we can really take care of ourselves, that's when we can take care of others. Because I think one thing that gets lost in this debate between service to self and service to others, which, service to self, we're automatically not ascending, and that's the whole connotation, right? If we're serving ourselves, it's evil and bad and blah, blah, blah. We have to serve others, and it always has to be that to be good to ascend. That's not true. So, if we are all one, whether I serve myself or I serve you, we're serving ourselves and serving others at the same time, yes? Okay, well, now that we've cleared that up. So, we need to be in our most optimal position. Our body needs to be operating at 100%. We need to be mind, body, spirit in total alignment before we can go out and help others and heal others. Okay? So, taking care of yourself is an important thing to do. Stop putting others before yourself if your needs and expectations aren't met, because then you're not going to be able to fulfill other people's. Then you're not going to be able to give 100% in other people's life. And you're going to be 50% in your life and 50% in somebody else's life, and nobody's getting the maximum benefit. Okay? So be 100% here so you can give 100% here. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Listen to what it wants. Listen to what it needs. Ask it the questions. Ask what it wants. Ask what it needs. And then do those things. Even if it's something that you don't want to hear the answer to. If it says stop eating chocolate, then it's time to stop eating chocolate. Listen to what your body says. But I will tell you this. From all the answers that I've got, and they've never said that eating meat was bad. They've never said... The only thing that they've really said that you really shouldn't eat is processed food. That's the worst thing. But even with that, everything we're eating is vibration. It's all energy. So we can change the vibration of that. Ask them to bless it. Change the different vibration of your food. But understand what it's doing to your body. And if your body was craving fruits and vegetables, then eat fruits and vegetables. But if you also are craving a pizza every once in a while, then have a pizza every once in a while. The whole key is balance. Okay, it's not totally depriving yourself of things that you love and want because you think that they're bad, because then you're just in a state of deprivation and want, and you're constantly like, who wants to live like that? We should be in a state of balance where we need our fruits and vegetables, so we eat our fruits and vegetables, and every time once in a while, I want a fucking cake, so I'm gonna eat a cake. And that's how it goes. Okay? Don't be in this state of like this spiritual community that I've been starting to see form where it's like you can't do this and you can't do that and you have to do this and you have to do that. And it's like, first of all, every one of us is 100% unique. So what may work for me may not work for you, which is why, as with every single message that I put out, if it doesn't resonate with you, then leave it where it is. It's not for you. It's for somebody else. So same thing goes with all of these gurus who are telling you how to live or how to do these things or what you need to do to ascend or what this and what's that. You need to listen to yourself. You need to go within yourself and ask yourself the questions what you need to do and listen to those answers and learn to trust and learn who you're getting the answers from. And then once you do that, you don't need all that outside noise. It's nice to listen to people like myself or others who have been shown different ways. And if it works for you, that's awesome. And that's what I love, that I can help people and share my message with you. That's great. I hope that it does. But don't think that this is the only way, and don't think that somebody else's way is the only way, because it's not. Each of us is individual. Some people may be able to heal themselves just by looking at the place. I don't know where this capability goes. But I do believe that it comes down to your belief. And if you believe that you're that much of a healer and that you can do that and your body is, listens to those things, I'm not going to tell you it doesn't work, because I truly believe that I'm going to get to a point where I can do that. And just seeing where it started with a foot cramp and being able to take that away, and then seeing and thinking about where it potentially could go. I don't know how far it goes. Does this go to like you can break a leg and fix it? I'm not sure. I'm assuming that it does. I'm assuming that we are that powerful as soon as we start to believe it. That's the impression that I get from the messages that I get. That once our belief system gets out of our way or starts to help us, is a better way to look at it, then we'll be able to accomplish a lot of things that in the past were considered impossible. So we need to change our belief system, and that starts with the awareness that we can do these things. So I want to hear from you guys. Leave me a comment below. I want to hear about your ability to heal yourself, heal others. Have you been able to do something more than a foot cramp? I know some people will away colds. I know I changed my whole, instead of saying I'm getting sick's getting me, right? So just to flip it around a little bit, little mind games, mess with it. I don't allow that to happen in my body anymore. I'm fighting something to get rid of it that doesn't belong in my body. That's not making me sick. And I really haven't gotten sick in a long time. So, and I truly believe that once we achieve a certain vibration, frequency, that we are no longer susceptible to viruses and bacteria and those sort of things in the way that we've become accustomed to. So, excuse me. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know your healing stories. Let me know what you guys have been able to do, and where we think that this can go, because I do believe that changing the collective consciousness around it starts with these messages and people hearing it and then growing that. And then that's when we can really change the world and change how people heal themselves and heal others. So, as always, if you got any value out of this, please like and share and all that good stuff. It helps the algorithm, helps other people to see. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you tuning in. And for those of you who aren't subscribers yet, I definitely appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. And until the next video, love and light.